Hi, everyone. I'm Carrie Warnick with Multi-Region Purchasing Co-op, and welcome to a hopefully not too long of a training reminding you how to work through the Labatt Bid Award catalog and sort and filter to find things that you need, and also how to customize the very long list of items, downsizing it to only the products you plan to purchase. So let's get started and let me share my screen. What you are seeing is the current Labatt Bid Award catalog, and you'll notice if you have not already been viewing this catalog, there are several tabs colored to find them easily. The first tab is all products awarded. This is everything included: commercial items, non-commercial, non-food items, and fresh produce. When I say non-commercial, I'm meaning commodity items. Everything listed on the All Products tab is an awarded bid item. I then break it out for those of you that are processing commodities and created a tab that only contains the processed commodity foods. And then I also broke it out into just the list of fresh produce. Now, I have just created a entirely separate bid award catalog for produce only, and we're going to look at that as well in this training because it contains a tab for each month. Our pricing this year has gone to a monthly fixed price versus a weekly fixed price, which hopefully makes your job a little easier and a little less tasking keeping up with a weekly price list. Today, we're going to talk about how do you customize the 4,700 item catalog down to only the few hundred that you plan to use for the school year. And then what happens when this catalog gets updated, which it will several times over the next few weeks as Labatt stocks more and more items and updates our catalog with Labatt codes or pricing or something like that. How you don't lose your hard work. So let's first talk about the column A, My Products. This is a blank column until you decide you're going to tag a handful of items that fit your menu that you want to be able to create a shortened, customized order list that maybe you work from, or you've got several ordering managers and they will work from this catalog that has been shortened down to only what you plan to purchase. Eventually, we're going to get some categories in here, but right now, I don't have those in there yet, and trying to keep the spreadsheet not so large, but at the same time, categories are kind of nice. So no, that's forthcoming. But let's talk about the My Products column. So this is column A, and you'll see column A not only on the All Products tab, on the Processed Commodities tab, as well as the Fresh Produce tab. All you need to do is place an X, a Y, maybe you've got a week 1, week 2, week 3 sort of tag you want to put in there, whatever works for you. You might even have different campuses that use different products, and you may find a tagging system that indicates this is elementary, this is middle school, this is high school, this is all three. Whatever you come up with that makes sense, that is all yours to be owned in that column. Now, finding products that you have planned to use. Maybe you're looking at your Maestro forecasting spreadsheet to help you. Maybe you've got products you used last year or last year's catalog that might help you. Since this was a renewal, this catalog has not been changed for the MRPC bid code. Now, the numerical code may have changed, but this code right here did not change. So you could search this column B if you know the MRPC bid code. The most safe code to search on is the manufacturer product code. That is in column H. And I say that because during renewals, Labatt codes can change. So if you are only searching for products based on a Labatt code, you may not find what you're looking for because maybe Labatt changed that code or maybe it's now pending. So searching on a manufacturer product code is probably the best way to go. You can also sort and filter any of these columns. That's what this little down arrow is for. let's say I only wanted to look at Rich Chicks products. First, I want to go ahead and sort this A to Z because when it arrives in a download situation, it is 1 through 4,700 in the numerical order code. But now I want to get this into an alphabetical code by manufacturer name. And then maybe I don't want to scroll through and find the R's and the Rich Chicks. I can click that down arrow and I can filter. First, I'm going to unselect all these companies. I'm going to scroll down until I get to the R's, just kind of past it there. And then I'm going to look for Rich Chicks, and I found it. I'm going to check that box and click OK. Now the only manufacturer I'm looking at is Rich Chicks. And now I can easily either widen this box and scroll through and look at their different products. Maybe I know the product code I'm looking for. And if that's the case, I would probably want to highlight all the Rich Chicks products, and not sure what Excel version you're using, but you can do one of two things. So up here, you've got a find and select. It's a magnifying glass. I can click on that. I can select find. And if I know the manufacturer product code, I can type it in. Oops. And then click on enter. And you'll notice in the gray highlighted series of cells, one became unhighlighted, and there's my product. And now I can find out all kinds of things about this product. I've started noticing I've got G10s in here. I've got a pack size, number of servings. If I keep scrolling across, I'm being told this is a net off invoice. So this is a commodity process product. It does meet the Buy American. I've even got case weight in here now. We've been working hard on this. And then I get to see a couple of things with the price. So first, there is just simply the case price. If there was a change, you're going to notice it in this column. I've had a couple of changes already. That's why we've already got a case price change column. Hopefully, we won't see a second or third this year, but I am not making any promises. And then I see a commodity in price and the donated food value per case. Now, because this is a commodity product and it's chicken, that means it's going to come with a discount, because if I've got pounds banked with Rich Chicks, then I'm going to get that discount. If I don't process, or maybe I didn't process Rich Chicks, then I am going to pay the $128.24 for that product. But this is just one way to find a product. Now, if you are filtering and sorting your catalog, one way to know if you're all of a sudden scrolling through this and thinking, what has happened to all of the companies? You'll notice that the down arrow, when I hover over that, not only is there a little funny funnel shape, it's not just a little upside down triangle, but it's a small funnel shape. And when I hover over it, it is telling me that the only thing showing equals Rich Chicks LLC. So to undo that, I'm going to click on that little box, select all, bring everything back. Now I've got all 4,700 of my items. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this in numerical order code again, smallest to largest. This puts everything in order. And this is going to be important when you start to use, if you plan to use, the My Products column. So what you'll do is you'll come through and you'll find the products that you're going to use, and you're going to tag them in whatever way makes sense to your situation. I'm just going to scroll through and flag a bunch of just random products to show you how this works. So maybe I spent a couple of hours and I've gone through my menu. I have flagged everything I'm going to order. I've even looked at my commodities and made sure that what I'm selecting in the way of commodity products is exactly where I have spent my entitlement and banked those pounds. And you can do this. I'm going to show you a way to filter down the processed commodity sheet as well. All right, so now I've spent some time going through. I found my products based on the manufacturer code, or I narrowed down to a manufacturer and I found the products looking at descriptions. However, I got to this place. Now I've got all these X's in the My Products column. First, what I can do is I can click on that down arrow, and it's showing all right now, but maybe I want to sort it first from A to Z. Now that is going to pull all my flagged products up to the top of the list. blanks are going to stay down below. So now I'm seeing those random products that I just flagged with an X, and here's my short list. If I don't want to see anything else, I can actually filter this to not show the blanks. I just come down here, I uncheck blanks, and I click OK. Now all I'm seeing are the few products that I selected. I haven't lost anything in the catalog. I've just simply made them disappear temporarily. I can bring them back very easily. But if you're working with different ordering managers and you want them to stay on track ordering awarded bid items, then this is a great way to customize this beast of a catalog down to something more manageable and easier to read and look at. So that is the one way you use the My Products catalog. Now, if I want to bring all the products back, I click on that little funnel shape. I include blanks, click OK, and all my products are back. Everything that's in this bid catalog. Now, you can do the same thing with your processed commodities. And you could even begin by sorting A to Z on your manufacturer brand label, and then go in and unselect and only select the processors with which you have pounds. So come down this list and select those processors. And now all you're having to scroll through and look at products or match up product codes are the processors that you've banked pounds with. If you want to use both tabs, that's great. It helps you stay on track. If you want to flag them over here on all products, you can also do that. You can even whittle this list down to only commodity processed. So there is a question. Oh, where is it? Oh my gosh. Processed commodity. Here we go. Column N. Is the product a processed commodity product? Well, if I want to get rid of the blanks and only look at the products or sort A to Z, it's going to pull everything up to the top. Fee for service means that is a commodity product and you must have banked pounds to order that specific product. It comes into Labatt already discounted. So if you don't have pounds in this situation with Tyson Foods for beef, you cannot order this product. Now, if I don't want to see anything other than commodities, I'm going to get rid of the blanks. And now my list is only fee for service and NOI, which means net off invoice. These are substitutable commodities, which means if you have pounds, you get a discount. If you don't have pounds, you can still order the product. You just don't get that discount. All the commodity products have the donated food information over here to the right. How many, what amount of a discount are you getting in dollars? What's the material code? And I'll be adding in the material names here in the next couple of weeks. How many pounds of this material code are in that? This is potatoes, so that means potatoes. 100 pounds of potatoes went into making this case of potato slices. And then if it had other commodities, it would go on to tell you. And it tells you the value per pound of the commodity. So if you're processing, you understand all this. If you're not processing, don't even need to worry about that side over there. All right. So we have flagged our products. Now, Carrie just announced that an updated version of this catalog is available. Well, I worked really hard. It took me a couple of hours to flag all of our products and get those tagged. And now I've got a new catalog, but how am I going to transfer these over to the new catalog? It is so easy. Anyone can do it, I promise. The first thing is your existing catalog. And I'm going to recommend that when you download these updated catalogs, or if I send it to you, you save it to your computer with a date. And so the first thing is you want to get it in numerical order from one or smallest to largest. Okay. So, oh, hang on. I must have a filter. I do. All right. That didn't look right because my first number on numerical order is a number 1. So the first thing is make sure none of your header cells are filtered or sorted in any form or fashion. So that was good to see. I forgot I did that. Now, sort smallest to largest. That puts it in order. Then you're going to download a new version of the catalog. And when you download that, you're going to save it as that current date. So let me go ahead and let me just save this to my desktop as a current date. Let's just call this, and maybe I don't need all that information. We're just going to call this July 17. Okay. Then I'm going to open up my original copy, which may have said June 25th. Who knows, right? So we're going to get that one open. Now, I'm looking at my original copy. Let me get this out of the way. I'm looking at my original copy, and I would see the title up here in this green bar. And then I've also got my Labatt July 17th copy. Now, this is the one I just downloaded. So the first thing, and don't pay attention to this over here because there won't be any X's. We're going to reverse this. Let's say this is my old one, July 17th, and I've got my new one over here waiting to be completed. So the first thing in my old one is I want to make sure I've got it in numerical order, smallest to largest. I don't have anything filtered or sorted in the header cells, so everything is neat and tidy. Then on the new catalog, which maybe we're in August and you've just downloaded a copy or towards the end of July, same thing. You're going to take that all products tab, sort it smallest to largest in numerical order code, and then you are going to step back into your older copy and you are going to copy this entire column. And actually you could just do this, just copy, click up there on A, copy it. Two ways to copy. You can right click and select copy, or you can hold the control key down and C and copy. I don't know why that just did that. Okay, so now I've copied my column A. I'm going to step over into the new version. I can highlight column A and do a control V. And look at that. It dropped in all my X's. Or I could have right-clicked and selected copy. Now my new catalog has all those products I had already tagged. And now I'm going to save this and I'm going to move on. You would do the same process if you had selected in your old catalog some of these products. Let's just tag a few. Let's just get some of these and I'll show you again. So this is my old catalog. I've just got a few things tagged. I want to make sure nothing is filtered. Whoops. Select all. I don't have anything filtered. I've got my numerical order code, smallest to largest. This is my old catalog. Now I'm stepping into my new catalog. I'm going to go to the Process Commodities tab. I'm going to ensure that this is in smallest to largest in column C. Nothing is filtered. Step back over to the old catalog. I'm on the Process Commodities tab. I'm going to copy column A. This time I'm going to do a control C. When you see this little kind of moving green and white border around, that means it's been copied. Go to my new catalog, highlight column A. This time I'm just going to do a copy. Right click and copy. Now, look what happens. Oops. What happened to my... Oh dear, hang on. Something went wrong there. Go back to my Labatt. Let's see, are my X's there? Okay, not sure what happened there. Let's try this again. Make sure nothing's filtered. Don't you love it when things go wrong? All right. Copying column A from my old catalog. I'm on Process Commodities. I'm gonna do a control V. Let's see if it brought that in. Yes, there are my X's. So now if I sort this, there are those few items on the Process Commodity tab that I had flagged. So that's how you would work between an old version and a new version. And as I said, I highly encourage you to save your Labatt catalogs with a date. So that way you know you're transferring from old to new. Because if you accidentally transfer new to old, you've just wiped out all your hard work because the new one is blank in My Products. It has nothing in it. So that is how you use the My Products tab column. All right. Filter, sort in many ways. We are going to continue this advisory committee rating this coming year. Last year was new. We got one in. I'm hoping that this forthcoming school year, we can meet at least twice and start to target some more categories. But this is our latest, is it a 1, 2, or 5-star rating? And over here, it tells you that 1 is a low score, the quality was low. 5 is the high score a product could be given. And we only rated some beef products. So let me bring these to the top. And you'll notice that it was only the beef patties that the advisory committee evaluated. And one of them received a 5, and that was a Donley Farms product. Several received 4s and several received 3s. And what's so cool about this is most of these, I think all of them were commodity processed. And with the renewal, the products that have received 1s and 2s actually did not get selected. And so I'm calling this natural downsizing of our catalog to start to really get our catalog honed in on the best quality products. And so it's already working. So I'm very pleased about that. So you're only seeing, the top rated products there. So yes, stay tuned for more advisory council ratings on different categories of products. So that's kind of cool and exciting. Okay, moving on to the new second catalog with Labatt that is produce only. Now, this one is set up a little differently. So up until this year, we were doing weekly pricing. And if you were going through a review, an administrative and procurement review, you literally had to download 36 different price lists. And if an auditor asked to see a certain price list, you'd have to pull that price list out of our Google folder or out of your own folders if you'd saved all that. We're trying to consolidate and make that a little bit easier. And we came up with a format for all of our produce vendors. So not only Labatt, but also all of our other awarded produce vendors, such as the Two Brothers, Fresh Point, Hardee's, Walnut Creek, R. Craig Stevens, and so forth. It is every single month's worth of pricing in one spreadsheet. And so pricing is held for an entire month, not a weekly this year. And pricing will be released before the effective date range. So when you begin to look at these produce catalogs, you will see there are multiple 12 colored tabs. Each one indicates a single month. And on each of those month tabs, you will see on line 4 a pricing effective date range. So July is running July 2nd to July 29th. If you were to click on August, you see we pick up on July 30th through September 2nd. So these are the way the weeks fell. And this was all in conversation with our produce vendors. So each one has a month, and obviously we don't have August pricing yet. They are required to submit that 1 week prior to the start of the pricing effective date range. So right now we've got July, and everything on this list with Labatt will be found on the Labatt catalog on that produce or all products tab. But in the Labatt catalog, there is no pricing over there. Instead, it's over here in a separate catalog. I did not want to overwhelm an Excel spreadsheet with way too many tabs. And this way you can see all the months here, while the other catalog is really about the focused types of categories for products. So produce pricing, you've got my products catalog again, and you can use it in the same way as we did in the main catalog with all the products, no differently. Again, you probably don't need to worry about saving this catalog as a date unless you want to save it as July, August, September. But really, when the new catalog comes in, the July pricing is not going away. So when you download a new version, just call it the same title and overwrite your old one, because eventually you'll have pricing in all of these months tabs. So all your pricing will be in one place. So if that auditor says, hey, I want to see your January pricing, just simply send her this entire spreadsheet, one spreadsheet, and she can go to January and look at our produce pricing. The only products in this catalog are awarded bid items. Now, we know some things are seasonal throughout the year. And if you happen to come across something that is seasonal that you don't see, say when oranges start to change over from whatever brand they are, whatever type they are, or apples or something like that, and you want to add that into the catalog, you'll need to make the request through me, and I will get it added with an appropriate bid code and numerical order code. So that way you will have it on the main catalog. But there is the produce catalog. Okay. Well, I've shown you how to navigate and get through all of that. And hopefully this is going to help you stay on track with everything and make it a little bit easier, downsize your catalog from 4,700 items to something that's more manageable. All right. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time today and have a great rest of your day. Thanks.